Alright, I'm heading for another documentary production, this time in Brazil. And if you care about the planet, you know why.
COP 30.
COP 30, COP 30, COP 30.
I mean, it's been a whirlwind. I don't remember when I did a shoot like this last time. It was just a lot. Alright, I'm heading to COP 30 climate conference in Belém to DP a documentary shoot about a local climate activist. I'm gonna take you with me on behind the scenes so you get a better idea of what goes into being a documentary DP and working on an international level. We are sitting at the airport. Our flight is in about 6 hours. And here's Chris, the director. And just working on the cinematography Bible and doing last minute prep as always. After 2 days of traveling, we have arrived to Belém and it's definitely busy. It's 2 a.m. Airport was really busy, so you can see that people are coming in for COP. And we're just gonna pick up our car and head to our accommodation because we really need some sleep. So we are in Belém. We arrived yesterday at 3 a.m. or so, and today is our prep day. One thing that I want to talk about, guys, and it's important, especially if you want to get into international documentary filmmaking, is that oftentimes the places that you go to, the best projects, the most meaningful projects, might not have big budgets behind. It's oftentimes about finding compromises, figuring out, how low can you with your price so that you feel valued, and how good is the opportunity that you're basically signing up yourself for. But also you need to understand that oftentimes the accommodations and the locations that you stay will be very, very basic, because oftentimes you house swap or you stay at friends' places, you sleep on couches, and I love that. So for me, that experience is just an added benefit. But maybe for some of you, it's not something that you want from your work and from your career. So it's important to consider that. Now it's about 1:30 p.m. so I'm gonna start setting up, prepping the camera. Alright, just a quick rundown through some gear. Obviously shooting on my Kinefinity Mavo LF Mark II. Great camera. I made a lot of videos about the camera on my YouTube channel, so you can check them out. We're gonna be shooting on Sigma art lenses this time, which are photographic lenses. The first part of this doc in Denmark we shot on Nisi lenses, but unfortunately we were not able to get Nisi lenses in Brazil, neither in Czech Republic. We've decided to go for the Sigma art lenses because they're lightweight. They still have decent look, and I might put 1/8 promised on them to soften them a little bit and take away some of the contrast. But yeah, this is what we got for this shoot. Budget was limited. Hopefully next time I can get the dual lens Apo Mini Primes. I'm using bright tangerine accessories, so side grips. I'll be running a shoulder rig. I have different plates so I can switch between the shoulder rig, handheld, tripod within matter of seconds. Using V-mount batteries to power the camera, and then I'll also be using top handle from Bright Tangerine. That's when it comes to the camera equipment. Obviously ND filters and these things. And then I'll actually talk about lights when we are filming the interview in like 2 days. But this is for the camera rig, so I'm not gonna put it together and then show it to you. Right, so this is probably the shoulder rig setup, guys. And as you can see, if I put it on my shoulder, it's quite nicely balanced that I don't really need to use a lot of my weight. I just keep my shoulder down and then just hold it with one hand, which gives me the other hand, left or right, available for focusing. So I can put it on the lens and I can focus. It would be great to have proper focus rings, but these are photographic lenses and I don't have the rubber rings that you can put on. So I'll just be focusing with my hand. And the reason I opted for shoulder rig setup is because we're going to be shooting a lot of verite, and also because our character Tatiana, she's quite tall. And so it's going to be nice to be on that shoulder level with her rather than running a cine saddle or something similar where I would be shooting from too low, So this is probably the setup for the shoulder rig. Good morning, guys. Now it's 9 a.m. and as you can see, we are ready. We prepared everything this morning. The 2 members of the team have arrived. Fernanda, who's the B-cam, and then CP, who's our soundy. We are just getting ready to leave the house and head to COP. So stoked how the conference feels and what's happening around. For those of you who's curious, We are shooting on one FX6 as a B cam, Mic Infinity Mavo LF Mark II as an A cam. This is how I'm bringing my Pelican case with a tripod strapped on, audio equipment of CP. We're ready to go. Okay guys, we've been walking around, filming, mainly trying to get the sense of the space. It's interesting because this COP is all inside, the COP in Dubai was outside. So working inside, especially on conferences, is always difficult because of the lighting. You know, these lights are not made to be pleasing on the skin. And so, yeah, it's a little bit of a fight, but trying to use it to our advantage, trying to get some shadows, some details, and yeah, whatever we can. We're still waiting for our passes for the blue zone. Hopefully we get them today. Alright guys, so we're in the blue zone. Blue zone, by the way, is the zone where you only get if you have accreditation. This is where all the meetings and talks happen. So it's a little more, you know, restricted access. And all of our team got the accreditation except me. So there's some sort of a mistake on their side. So we're waiting for my accreditation to come through, and then we're gonna go into the blue zone and shoot there. Today is more about, you know, just capturing everything, capturing B-roll, creating scenes, but it's not about cinematography too much because we are on a convention, you know, so we're very limited with what we can do. I'm on a 35mm lens, Fer is on 70-100 and 24-70, and yeah, we're just trying to capture what we can. Alright guys, that was a long day, but we are back in our apartment and I'm sitting down to the backup because we don't have a DIT, so I'm doing the DIT. So I just wanted to show you how I'm doing it. Here on the left I have this little plastic bowl, and that's where I put all my media from today. And then on the right side I have an empty one, and also the SSD that I'm backing up on. And so whenever this is transferred from this side to this SSD as a master backup, I'm gonna also move it from the box here, and that way I know that I backed up everything. And I'm just gonna read some questions I got in the WhatsApp group. By the way, if you're not in the WhatsApp group, you can check the link in the description of this video. It's a free WhatsApp group for filmmakers. There's around 600 people right now, and yeah, it's a place to connect, to collaborate, to ask questions, you know, get feedback on things. So check the link and join the growing community. Now, I was texting in the WhatsApp group that I'm going for this project, so I got a few questions. Here, for example, is this commercial production or self-produced project? Would be keen to understand your pre-production and development process, from Srinivas. I hope I'm pronouncing it good. So this is self-funded project, but not by me, by the directors, and they are also producing it. The project is called The Last Line, and my role here is DP. So in terms of the process and development, I'm not really involved in the story development. I'm involved in the visual language development, and I already did a few videos on that on my YouTube channel, so you can check those. I'll also link them here or here, I'm not sure. And yeah, obviously for documentary, you know, what I found out is that the more you put into the prep, the better the film will become, even if you don't manage to stick completely to the visual language. But it's important to still imagine the ideal scenario and how you want the film to look, so that you can at least strive for achieving that. Today was a long day and we were shooting a lot at the conference, which has terrible lighting, and it's a lot of run and gun shooting and a lot of moving parts. So yeah, you kind of have to improvise, but it is what it is. And if you prepare well, the preparation will help you to get the most out of it. Another question here from Gustavo Benedito. That sounds awesome, thank you. She's doing some very similar to what I want to do there. I'm guessing you will use the diffuser and bounce more often than lights in a dock like this then. Exactly, yeah. Probably if we are shooting outside, I'll try to be using bounce and diffusion and negative fill. But again, it really depends on the situations and how much verite the work is gonna be. The more the verite, the less time you have to use these tools. So it's about learning how to leverage natural light, you know how to position the character, and then if you have time to use the tools as a diffusion, bounce, negative fill, and then probably for the interviews we will definitely use a light. We will definitely use lights. Yeah, so that's it for the questions. Good morning, guys. So now it's 10:38 a.m. We've started the day not super early, but around 8:30, and we've headed to assembly of boats that is happening on the river here, where activists and indigenous people come together to, you know, send a message that they are here, that their presence is here in Belém at COP30. And yeah, we just covered everything with 2 cameras, got a drone out, recorded some 3D audio because there was a lot of singing, and yeah, a lot of run and gun shooting. But what I've been trying to do is to get really close on a 35mm lens, so it doesn't feel too observational, but it feels more like the viewer is a participant in the event, in the movement. So we did that. Now we are having a little break, waiting for Uber, and then we're gonna head to COP 30 Green Zone to do some more filming with our characters today. Good morning, guys. So it's 3rd day of our shooting and just came out for breakfast to this little cute cafe nearby. Super nice place. We live in this local area. And I just love these experiences when I'm abroad and I can spend time in, you know, local places, despite the places might be in a little off the grid or maybe not safe to walk at night. But yeah, it gives you the local experience, how locals live. And today we're going to be filming interviews, so it's going to be quite interesting because we have to figure out a setup in the house where we're staying that looks decent. And as I said, the house is very basic, so I'm gonna guide you through every step of the process. I think this is gonna be the longest part of the video and the most interesting for you to watch, and we'll see what we can create. But before that, I need to get my breakfast. This is gonna be the interview room that I've decided to, you know, use. And as you can see, it's very bare. There's not a lot of stuff, not a lot of decoration. But there's a few key elements that I think will help us make the interview look good. So the element number 1 is that we have this huge glass door here, which is kind of in a 45-degree angle, maybe more like 60-degree angle to the chair that I've put here. So I can, you know, I can angle the chair as well to make that 45-degree if I want to. But that huge window or door allows us to light through it. So we can put the light outside and we can light through it, which is gonna look nicer than if I would be lighting from inside. So that's condition number 1. Condition number 2 is the window in the back, because I noticed that window is shining a little bit of light on the wall and creating a slash of light on the wall. So I just wanna intensify that. So I'm probably gonna put a 100-watt light outside, shine it through that window and create a hard slash behind the character on the wall. And then number 3, we're shooting into the corner of the wall, and at least the wall is not white. You know, one of the walls is yellow, the other one is white, but everywhere else in the house the walls are white. So yeah, these are the conditions, and then we can put some decoration in the corner and we can make it look nice. Let me just talk about the tools that we're going to be using. So we have Amaran 200X, we have Giant Molus X100. For the lighting, I have 2 5-in-1 reflectors, small and big. I have a curtain from IKEA, which I'm probably going to put on the window to create some texture. I have a shower curtain as a diffusion. I have some black fabric as negative fill if needed, some clamps, and I only have 1 light stand, and then I have a softbox for the 200C. Yeah, quite limited equipment, but let's see what we can do with it. So this is how the shot looks right now. And now we're gonna start working on making it better. Alright guys, so let me talk you through the setup. Main camera here, 35mm lens. We put some shower curtain here as a diffusion. We put some window curtains here, which I also brought, I traveled with these, as a prop into the background. So we're not just seeing a glass, but we're seeing a curtain. we've put a little plant over here. And then on this side, we also have diffusion from 5-in-1 reflector and a small tube light. Because when you look at the interview, and I'm now gonna turn on the lights one by one, you see that the light that is coming from the outside is not wrapping around enough. So this serves as a wrap to fill a little bit more on the shadow side. But as I said, it's not a fill, it's a wrap, because fill would be from this side. So we're just wrapping the light. And then on this side, we're using maybe a negative fill, we will decide later. Yeah, and just some fabric on the ground to maybe soften the sound bounce, because it's a flat ground. And then we're gonna have a B-cam, and B-cam is gonna be moving on the sticks, so we might be getting a few different angles depending on the interview. But this is the setup. You can see the tripod here. So we're really working with whatever we can get, but you just have to get creative when you're working in conditions like this and doing travel jobs. Good morning, guys. So now it's our last day of shooting, day number 4. It's 8:33 a.m. We just walked around the neighborhood and we got some establishing shots of the area. As I said, we are in an area that is quite local, so we wanted to capture that contrast of Belém as an authentic city and then COP as the conference, you know. So we did that, had a breakfast, and today we are actually going into the forest, so that could be quite interesting. Gonna take a boat on the river, go to the forest. And then we probably go back to the conference to shoot a little bit more, maybe some interviews with indigenous leaders or indigenous people. So, yeah, I mean, a little tired, and I wasn't able to do any vlogging yesterday evening, but we were only shooting an event, so nothing special in terms of visuals. Let me show you how, let me show you our base, guys. It's a mess. We have gear all around the ground. Today is the last day, and then I'll pack everything. Alright guys, we have just wrapped our 4th day of shooting. I mean, it's been a whirlwind. I don't remember when I did a shoot like this last time. It was a lot of running around, trying to capture stuff. Today we got into the protests of indigenous people. Yeah, it was just a lot. I didn't really have time to do a lot of BTS, so I'll see how this vlog comes together. Tomorrow I have a day off, but I'm still here. I'll probably go to COP and I'll try to talk to some indigenous people and meet some friends. And then the day after that, I might fly back to Europe. So hopefully you've, found some value in this vlog, and let me know what I can improve next time, and what would you be interested to know more about from this project.